What's up, everybody? Flanover8 here, playing Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. I have tried to go into this not knowing much about this game, but I have been very, very excited for it. I started like an unofficial pattern on this channel of JRPG puzzle game, and this is one that I heard very good reviews for, but I don't think, like, it got really popular. I think it's pretty obscure. Most people I've talked to, even people who are like into gaming, I have mentioned that, oh, I'm going to play this game pretty soon, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. From what I can tell, I don't know if there's like roguelike elements where it's like fully random, but from what I can tell, this game came out, and like a year later Blueprints came out, and everyone loved Blueprints. And I've heard I will also love Blueprints if and when I play it, and I would love to play it at some point. But it sounds like it sounds like this game is very similar to Blueprints in a lot of ways in terms of how to approach the puzzle solving. I'm not sure. I don't know a lot about either of these two games. But this is kind of it feels more like the little engine that could, whereas Blueprints like really hit it big. This is one where I don't think it got a lot of attention, but everything I read about it said it was great. English, audio captions. That's for like describing sound effects, right? That's different from subtitles. We'll see. If there's no subtitles, we know where to find them. But yeah, I'm very excited. I use my laptop to record, and then my phone to have a backup audio recording because my microphone sometimes just glitches out. So I've had to get my tablet from work and have it available because one of the few things I do know about this game is I may have to do research. And I do not mean look up a walkthrough. At no point do I plan on searching Lorelei and the Laser Eyes blank puzzle solution. What I have heard is I may have to Google just real world information that the game, I don't know if it expects me to know the information already and I just won't, or if the game is, maybe the game will just straight up tell us like, yeah, you may have to pull out a phone at some point. But yeah, we may, from what I hear, we're probably got to do some digging in this game, which I'm very excited for. Also, music, already great. The loading screen, the music for the loading screen sounded like an orchestra tuning and getting ready, and then that transitioned perfectly into this kind of like spooky, but in a comfy way music. I don't know, this feels like great Halloween music of just like slight spooky vibes, but not in like an actually scary way. Very, very cozy, spooky. So that's where I have a bad habit of talking way too long before I press the new game button. Let's do it. And I'm already in control. And there's a car. It's locked. Oh, shit. I've got a key. I've got a car key and tampons. One of them, I think, will be more useful in this current situation. Start the car, listen to the radio. I'm going to look in the glove compartment. If you're going to tell me to look in the glove compartment, I'm going to look in the glove compartment. There's an instruction booklet and a letter. I'll view the instruction booklet. Thank you for selecting the Lorelei and the Laser Eyes software. Please read this instruction booklet to ensure proper handling and maximum enjoyment. Save this instruction booklet for future reference. 2014. This symbol is your guarantee that Simogo has developed this product and as such meets our... Interesting. This feels like I think this is a actual... Because Simogo is the people who made the game, actually. Before playing, what really happened at this whole hotel? Who are you? Who are the other visitors? The goal of this game is to find the truth. To get the most out of this game, play in a quiet and dimly lit environment with pen and paper in hand. Oh, I fucking love this. Okay. Do I have... How can I get... I've got a whiteboard somewhere. No! A photo fell in the instruction manual. I wasn't even trying to... Wait. I still need to read the rest of the instruction book. No, there's too much happening already. This game requires knowledge of real-life systems like a 24-hour clock, Roman numerals, Arabic numbers, and other such-like concepts. Those I can do. Parts of this game deal with and depict sensitive subjects and themes. Player discretion is advised. Cool. I have to go grab a whiteboard. I'm going to go I'm just going to get one. Where is the fucking whiteboard? Here it is. I got it. Alright. Whiteboard established. This is the same one. This is the same one I used, albeit briefly, in Outer Wilds. I used it to write down the coordinates, because I didn't know the game would just save those for me and just show it on screen when it became relevant. So I was like, ooh, I gotta write these down. Okay. Controlling the game uses contextual controls, of which the only common scenarios are outlined. Directional input. You walk in the direction pressed. If the player has enough caffeine in her blood, she will instead run. Use various selections and menus and highlighting objects when zoomed in perspective on an object. Directional input is also used to control the magnifying glass cursor while viewing maps, once found. I love that it's like you gotta work for your maps. You don't just get the maps. When pressing any button near an interactable object or another character, the player character will be able to interact with any button. Player character is not in the proximity of anything. Pressing the button will allow her to introspect. Ooh, this is this is cool. Introspection screen allows you to view various information you come across during your adventure. On the main page, you can monitor various information about the player character status, needs, health, how much the game has been recovered. 100% truth recovery is not needed to complete the game. Fuck that. I'm going for that. Photographic memory. Every letter, document, note, and other important information is stored in the memory. Current possessions allows you to see what she's carrying in her bag. Notes about each object's provenance, characteristics, and such can be viewed from here. Mental notes keep track of things to do. When a task is presented itself in the game, a note is made and is visible on the screen for a few seconds. These tasks are stored for later viewing the mental notes and are crossed out when cleared. I love that. I love that. Personal history. Chronological record of events which have occurred in the game. This includes character encounters, new locations found, etc. After finding a byte says system, you will be able to access it through the introspection screen. Saving the game. Computers are found throughout the game where you can save and load. Please observe, software does not automatically save progress. Any unsaved progress will be lost forever. Should the game end, you'll have to restart from your latest save. You can also load files from disks. You should save your game before loading unknown files. You can use computers to find valuable information and statistics about your current playthroughs. Throughout the game, you'll find American dollars. Different rewards, you can purchase them or are not required. Spend your American dollars wisely. The amount is finite and new things to purchase might be discovered as you progress. In and around the hotel, you encounter bolted shortcuts. Opening them is not required to complete the game, but can make traversal easier. A hint on how to unlock shortcuts is hidden within the hotel. Listen very carefully if a person wearing an owl mask speaks. If a revolver is raised, it means the game could be over if you do not answer correctly. You might not always have the required knowledge to solve a puzzle. Explore, observe, and make sure you check your memories. Some obtained information might be valuable later. This is really interesting, the way a lot of this is phrased. Part of this could be because the people who made this English isn't their first language, which could account for a lot here. But the idea of you don't get a game over. It's the game will be over if, like, say, you get shot with a revolver, I assume is what that says. Just the phrasing is very specific in a really unique way that I think is really neat. Whether or not that's intentional or is simply just kind of a result of translation, it works either way. And then part of me that tips me off that this is probably not an American team is the fact that they have to specify it's an American dollar that I'm going to be getting as currency. I feel like most American studios would be like, well, of course it's American dollars. What else would it be? Okay, let's look at the photo that just fell out. That's bad. The bad thing has happened here. And I see that she's bleeding from her eyes, as if she's received some sort of laser eyes. Let's read the letter. Siracusa, December 13th, 1962. Signorina, as discussed, I am expecting your arrival at Hotel Letzes on January 7th next year, 1963. This project is my magnum opus, the mother goose of all birds. It is my firm belief that you can help me transcend the limitation of art for humans. We will put on a show for the eyes of the cosmos. Ab imo pectore Renzo Nero? R. Nero. Ab imo pectore. From my heart. It's been a while since I took Latin. That would make sense. I'm assuming emo means my. Okay. All right. Let's listen to the radio. I love letting the soundtrack show itself off. I'm guessing that's all there is. This is long enough that I'm assuming it's just you're literally just listening to music. All right. Let's start the car. Not necessarily driving off. It won't start. Well, lock. For sure lock it. If you're giving me the option, I'm going to lock it. Okay. Alright, now we're actually looking around. Ooh! A lot of text. This sign has been erected by the National Heritage Board, is maintained by the Ogden-Waldberg Resident Association in consultation with the Ogden-Waldberg Culture Community. The Ogden-Waldberg Forest and surrounding areas were given status as a national park in 1958. Camping or lighting fires are strictly prohibited within the park at all times. Whew! Ecology and wildlife. The trees of this forest mainly consist of members of the family. I'm pretty good with Latin and Greek, but I don't feel confident enough to say that one out loud. Including oaks, chestnuts, and beeches. Please report any instances of beech bark disease to the National Park Administration. The Ogden-Waldberg Forest is the home to many species of animals, including wildcats, badgers, bats, deer, and wild boars. The forest is Central Europe's largest colony of boreal owls. Maybe that's why they're so obsessed with the masks here. History and culture. Archaeological findings dating back as far as the Paleolithic era suggest that the grounds were considered holy. Today, because of its cultural history, it remains a favorite spot for artists, and countless films, books, and other works have been created or conceived here. For hundreds of years, the land was owned by the Schwarzwald family. Any Big O fans in the house? Let's go! We shall come to terms. Of which the last member was a renowned painter, Renate Schwarzwald. After her tragic death, the state used the building as a home for the blind, after which the structure was sold and turned into the first hotel in the region. The origins of the mausoleum on the land is unknown. In fact, whether someone is buried inside or not has been a source for debate by local historians. Cemetery Association has refused the exhumation of the mausoleum. Site is home to a myriad of legends and mysteries. Reports of ghosts are plenty, and many visitors have tried to find a fabled treasure, but whether it has ever existed is unknown. What mysteries will you find here? That's charming. So, Germany seems to be the location here. Schwarzwald's, what's Ogden-Waldberg? Could be Switzerland, but definitely German vibes. And we have a map, and here we are. There's a little loop. Probably mausoleum is what the cross is. We drove past the parking for some reason, and there's an information spot further down the road, which I may actually check out first before we go to the hotel. That feels like a good idea. All right. Let's it's too late to go back. I'm not going back. I'm going to the information kiosk. Come on. All right. That is interesting, though. It doesn't hit quite as hard as I came all the way here to find her. There's no turning back now. But that is a very dire piece of text to get so early on. Alright, well, already the map has confused and frightened me. Does this lead to the mausoleum, probably? Yes, okay. This is way smaller than I thought. I thought we'd be, I thought this was going to be like a full cemetery. I guess mausoleum is usually only one building, but I still pictured it surrounded by a much bigger graveyard area. It's locked. I don't think the car key is going to help me here. Unlock the gate to the cemetery. The game was just like, nah, fuck it, that didn't work. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I thought about. Very, bare bones controls here. Any button is the interact button, and I'm not near anything, so I can hit the introspect button. Let's take a look. 0.6% truth recovered, currently in the forest. Stress level seems normal. Temperature, a little bit cold. Caffeine influence, bladder economy. This feels very sweary. The idea that there's a bladder meter. 5-letter character starts with tampons, which I respect. That sweary. Whenever I say this feels like sweary, I feel like it means he's being weird and kooky. And sure, it's a little bit like, as far as video games are concerned, it's a little out of the ordinary to be carrying tampons. But I also love that, yeah, your main character is a woman. She came here with a plan. She's not going to get caught unawares. I think that's actually kind of fun to have that in inventory. I think that's neat. Photographic memory. Oh, right. These are my options. I don't know if I need to go through all of these just yet. Meet him at the hotel. I would assume Mr. Nero. And my history is I arrived here by car at 9:01. Oh, and I have to go all the way out. Because, yeah, every button does the same thing, so I have to navigate to the X every time. That is fascinating. Lorenzo the Great. There's a caravan here. It's locked. There's a letter slot in the door. Tickets is scribbled in red paint below the slot. Don't think that's helpful. Unlock the caravan. I can't knock. Knocking's not allowed. Oh, it's a nice river. Guys, this game fucks. I'm already loving this so much. Alright, we're coming to the hotel. Doggy! I thought I heard one in the distance, but he's much closer than I expected. He's a good doggy. He's carrying a little letter. He has a job. I love the dogs that know they have jobs. Except police dogs. They're only good if they are not truly aware that they have a job, which I feel like most of them don't. I feel like police dogs, they're okay. They can usually hang. There might be a couple that are like, hell yeah, I love being a cop. And those ones, they need to chill. But all other dogs with jobs, fucking love them. Alright, I'm not cold guessing that, I don't think. Unlock the gatehouse. I'm gonna guess this is locked too. It's locked. Unlock the front door. Now it's not even letting me, like, it's not even giving the option of, hey, try your car door. Doggy! This dog is the best. Oh my god. Look at his big old eyes. In such a minimalist art style, there was a lot of love put into this dog. I can already tell. Read the letter. Actually, I don't want the dog to run off. I'll expect the caller first. The tag reads, Rudy! Alright, let's read the letter. Our mystery starts in previous correspondence. Find the year. 1962, right? Or does it mean current year? The fact that the initial letter underlined 1962 next year makes me wonder if it's actually going to look for 1963. So let's start with 1963. Because they kind of underlined all the puzzle bits to make it seem... Yeah. Which, this is a little bit weird, because Lorelei should probably... I don't even know if this character is Lorelei, for the record, but drawing a little assumption there. Presumably our character knows what the current year is, but maybe she doesn't. But also, she knows enough about what's going on. Like, she followed the letter here. Clearly she knows stuff about... I got the gaming system! Hell yeah. Now I've unlocked it. Shut down. Install game. Calcrom. Is that calculator? Calculator. Alright. Oh shit, this is in real time, I just noticed. Because that clock is 6 minutes. Wait, is that... Did I also arrive? Yeah, that's... I also arrived, like... This is also correct. I didn't even notice the date is literally... You can tell what day I played this. I figured this would be... It would say 1963. But no, this is keeping track of real life when things happened. Okay. Right. Navigate to the X. Pinboard. Among handwritten notes like lockgate, feed dog, and right handwritten notes, there's a typed letter. Signorina, you are as expected clever like the mouse who finds the fresh carrot among moldy cheese. Forgive the strange welcome with a locked gate and a black dog. We have to be sure to keep uninvited guests away. Meet me inside. A journey 116 years back in time is about to begin. The past is the key to the future. Buona fortuna, Renzo Nero. That'd be 1800, right? Hang on, I wasn't doing the math. 116. No, it wouldn't be that easy, would it? I feel pretty good about my math skills in general, and weirdly, subtraction is a weak spot for me. I'm pretty dang good at multiplication and division and addition. Subtraction is always my weak spot. 1963 minus... Well, let's do 100 first. 1863 minus 16. I have to do it chunk by chunk, so minus 10, 1853, minus 6, 1847? Anyways, this is wild. Alright. Nothing. I found nothing. Alright. Cool. Love those old-timey sound effects. Love Moody Blues from JoJo. Love it all. Shortcut. Is that one that I would need to unlock? Electrical cabinet. 1847? Is it all going to be years? Bingo! Ooh, yeah. Oh, equals. We're trying to equal 2014 here. Okay. And we're adding numbers, so it wouldn't be 2048 for sure. It'd have to be 1596. We have to be fairly close to it if we're only adding hundreds to this. Roughly eyeballing it. Although 500 would be too much, huh? I bet it's going to be 1190, 751, and then 73. Mostly because eyeballing it, that looks right, and then the ones column needs to add to 4. Bingo! Sometimes you just have to bullshit your way through math, guys. You don't always have to do every single step. You should learn how to do every single step. If you're still in school, you should learn how to do every single step. And then once you've gotten really good at that, then you can start figuring out how you can bullshit it. I saw Rudy walk this way. Hello, Rudy. Hello, doggy. You can pet the dog. Best dog ever. Excuse me, I'm still recovering a little bit from a cold. Surveillance monitor. What? No, let's look at the surveillance monitor. There we go. Ooh. A man at the gate. Oh, this is the shortcut. Okay. It's labeled, the shortcuts are labeled. Interesting. Is it a man at this gate? Which gate? There's plenty of gates. I think. I actually don't know what all the gates are. Hi, Rudy. Sorry. Hi, Rudy. I like how they made that one way shorter. Like, okay, you can't do this every single time. Magician. Dreamer. Bench. American dollar. Hell yeah. Why are they American dollars if I'm in Germany, though? You know? What? That actually doesn't make sense. Unless I'm wrong and this is just this is in America, but the park is named after German, American dollar. Is named after like a German thing, and it was owned by Germans. Oh, I suppose if it was like owned by a German family, they would name it a German thing. Creator. Artist. Hi, Rudy. They made like at least 3 animations. We're definitely going to keep petting Rudy until we can definitively note that there's a loop. I'm not just going to spam it, but like every time we cross paths, there's going to be a pet coming. Looks like she's like lightly following me too. Not a ton, but like she's clearly interested in what I'm up to. She's taking a little drink. Oh my god, you're the best doggy ever. Okay, it might be 3 animations, which is still way more than they needed. And game gets points for that automatically. Okay, there's a ladder up there, but that's through a shortcut. I'm gonna see if I can get through the game with no shortcuts. It's locked. There's a keypad next to the door. All right. Oh, okay, so that was not correct. Also worth noting, I noted that this place used to be a home for the blind. It is interesting that the photo we have is, again, of someone whose eyes are bleeding. Okay. Rudy's up on the bench. Okay, we've got Magician, Dreamer. Why is there like a fire noise every time it's at this angle? And why is there a weird effect on the corners of the screen? Artist, creator. This might be for a puzzle that we haven't started yet, but I'm taking note of these 4. This is one where we could definitely brute force it. 1847, probably, honestly. That was already a puzzle answer, right? Yeah, okay. Crossed off. Alright, we're in. And there's bloody footprints leading to one side. And there's also an American dollar. I can see it, but it won't let me take it yet. Oh, I love... In, like, mostly black and white, it's got to be really hard to make, like, indicators built into the environment. Those arrows are impressively distinct. Especially in the middle of a tile pattern on the floor. I can see... I can go to a room up here, I can go down the stairs here, I can go to the room off to the right. I probably can't go off to the left because I can't... There's no arrow there. I'm guessing this door is locked. There's someone talking in there. I'll listen in. You want to change the title to Laser Eyes? More action? Have you even read what I sent you, Mr. Bob Hamburger? Is there someone with a soul I can talk to instead? I'm not being rude. If anything, I'm being too polite. Alright. There's one... I'm enjoying the game so far. There's a danger of it getting a little too meta. And if the entire game is just about the development of the game... That might be a little much. I'm hoping there's more to it, but I bet there will be. Elevator service sign. Notice, elevator's out of service. We apologize for the inconvenience. Elevator service info, telephone, don't... Hausmeister GmbH, Nachtelli 61. This has got to be in Germany, easily. And also, I'm guessing Bob Hamburger... That's interesting. Hamburger I associate on name being kind of German... Or maybe Swiss, I forget where Hamburg is. But I'm guessing Bob Hamburger is not meant to be an actual character's name. That is the person in the room being angry at the dumb American and calling them a dumb American name. Espresso machine. I'll probably need a key for this. The elevator appears to be out of order. The elevator is out of order. Film poster, Canzone dell'Oceano. Plus sign lithograph. Interesting. The etymologist's dream. Canzone's song, so Song of the Ocean plus etymology. And a locked door. It's locked. Not even going to try this one. Let's stay on this floor. Well, I guess those are stairs, huh? Well, let's go upstairs first. Wait, no. Okay, that's too much branching. Let's go downstairs. Ooh, a vending machine. Nostalgia figurines, $1. Collect all 20. I'd love to, but I'm saving up my money for now, I guess. Display table. There's nothing on display. Is that where I can display my figurines once I bought them? The WC door. Wash hands. Obviously. Well, that seems like a great idea, Lorelei. I'm gonna go do that exact same thing, including washing my hands. I love how a second ago it felt like I was flexing my ability to speak Italian, and in reality I simply know Canzone Preferite, which is the torture dance song from JoJo. But hey, whatever helps you learn, helps you learn. Alright, what are we looking at here? Document tube. This is what they store the Declaration of Independence in National Treasure, so that's exciting. Open the basement document tube. There are a lot of early sketches and notes on the drawing board. Estimated project cost, symmetric design, cost. One module cost 10 what? 10 American dollars. Trediev Wojnink, Malmos Vrije. Cool. Modern design proposal. Worth noting, compass rose is north is not up. That feels important. Inexpensive materials, economic construction, low price interior, any hidden costs. Modular room design. Least expensive option? Project team said their cranes cannot rotate modules. Supplier has only one of each module in stock. Oh, so we're going to have to play some Tetris here, aren't we? Construction says our measurements do not make sense. 81 by... is that 6 by 18? Recalculate the area. Is it 81 by 9 or is it 6 by 18? Component-based mansion design. Available components and prices. 50, 150, 190. Okay, so remember to report cost to clients. So this is interesting. This is definitely a puzzle we can probably start solving right now, but I have no idea where the answer would be. Report cost to clients. Theoretically, it could be the thing right next to it. Like, this could be just the number that we're looking for. But I think right now it's going to be best if we just collect all the puzzles we can and then get to solving, you know? There's also more blood here, so let's keep following the blood. A shredded poster. Well, this one I know for sure I can solve right away, so I might as well, huh? Memory recovery. Wait, I'm not allowed to... Hold up. No, how do I rearrange... Okay, there we go. Is that at the top? Okay, we're looking for an arm. We're looking for a continuation of the sleeve, right? Oh, that's the bottom. Damn it. Okay. Alright. I guessed wrong, but that's okay. Now I see the vision. His magic act. Secrets they hold. And that... Okay, it's a rose. Oh, his magic roses. Interesting. We did that whole thing and all it gave us was this, which I shall write down. Looks like a family tree of some kind. Interesting. I was kind of... Oh, wait. No, is that... Will that be in my... Magic poster. Okay, never mind. I can erase that. It was fun while it lasted. Alright. Okay. Is that everything in this room? Just the one shred poster? Alright. Alright, okay, let's go. Upstairs. We might loop back around to the outside. Photograph. Start the music. We are looking for somebody, right? Like, I don't think we need to stay hidden here. Although she is snooping around everywhere. Boy. 4 things about numbers. S.C. Bolt's Number Puzzles, Volume 1. Welcome to S.C. Bolt's Number Puzzles Volume 1, your shortcut to a quicker brain. This collection of my original number conundrums range from beginner to intermediate. Each puzzle can always be answered with a number between 0 and 99. Sure to challenge your gray cells. Hope this book will help entertain training rental. Good luck, Dr. S.C. Bolt. If it's a shortcut, do I want to keep reading? Dr. S.C. Bolt, born 1949, has written over 200 puzzle books and constructed over 50,000 brain teasers riddles. He's the director of the Puzzle Association of Denmark, and his puzzles have been published in all the world's biggest publications. What's the least amount of term needed to reach the X? Numbers hit me black. Okay. There's nowhere to write these answers, right? So are these mini puzzles I can solve to unlock the shortcuts, maybe? That one I don't need to solve right now. This one... North is 0, south is 30, east plus west. Interesting. Which number is hidden in the underlined sentence? These ones I assume are letters and numbers, or letters adding up to specific numbers. Like, it's probably vowels. Huh. How many I's are in the first one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, never mind. How many A's with the umlaut? 1, 2, 3. Shit. How many dots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll get back to that later. How many of these are there? I think these probably just unlock the shortcuts, right? In my left hand, I have half of the total amount of coins I have. In my right, I have half the amount of what I have in my left hand. $18? No, that wouldn't make sense. 20? let's just math it out. If he has 20, he would have 10 in one hand, 5 in another, 6 left over. I don't know. So the shortcuts are not cheats. They are mini puzzles you can do to make things easier. I see. I assume I'll be able to remember all these, right? Damn. Okay. Tick-tock timekeeping systems. Unlike the 12-hour clock, the superior 24-hour clock system is divided in 24 hours counted from midnight to midnight. Hell yeah. For example... yeah, this is literally just explaining how 24-hour clocks work. Okay. 1847 is 47 minutes past 6 in the evening. Interesting that 1847 is coming up again. And 2014 I noticed as well. 2014 was the copyright on the instruction manual, again, despite the fact that this game did not come out in 2014. Counting with the Roman numerals. This is actually kind of strange that it was like, you'll need to know all this, and then there is actually a spot in the game where you can just learn all this. I do know all this. D is 500 is the only one I consistently don't have off the top of my head, so. And it's underlining 2014, 1963, 1847. Interesting. Strobogrammatics. A strobogrammatic number is a rotationally symmetric ambigram. When written in most standard characters, a strobogrammatic number can be rotated 180 degrees, appear the same. 8, 11, 69, hit, and so on are all examples of strobogrammatic numbers. Most recent strobogrammatic years, 1881, 1961, the next one is far away, 6009. I'm going to grab a cop drop. So that one I assume just is defining strobogrammatics for me, which I appreciate, because yeah, I didn't know that one actually. An American dollar. Hell yeah. Book about language. Useful Latin phrases. From the deepest chest, from the bottom of my heart, with deepest affection. I'm going to try and cover up the translations to see if I can figure it out. Ars longa vita brevis, I saw the translation already. Aura sacra famis. No idea. Accursed hunger for gold. Okay. Magnum opus is a great work. That one's pretty common. Memento mori, remember that you will die. Memento mortem, remember death. Yes, okay. Factum fieri infectum non potest. A fact, right? Factum, probably. So the truth. Infectum non potest. So non potest is cannot. Okay, I accidentally just saw it. It cannot be undone. Interesting. Infectum means to undo something? Fera libenter homines id quod volent credunt. Something about drinking. Men. Is this something along the lines of men believe what they want to believe? Men generally believe what they want to. Yes, I'm so good at this. What was it? 3 years in high school and 1 year in college was not for nothing. Forsan et hac olim meminise juvabit. And I take it back. Don't know this one at all. I know the bit at the end implies it's going to be future tense, right? Forsan, I have no idea. And this olim is therefore. Meminise is something about memory again. Maybe one day it will be joyful to remember even these things. Okay, that's a sweet one. Write like a philosopher. The Greek alphabet. This one I could use a little help on. Just straight up the Greek alphabet. This is something I've been meaning to get better at. I am not good at it. First 4 I've got down. First 5 I've got down. I didn't know zeta came after epsilon, but I can tell that a zeta is a z. Okay. Eta I knew. Theta I know from physics. Iota. Okay, actually, the first one here I would have trouble with is this xi, xi. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But actually, yeah, math and physics has helped me out with a lot of these. Yeah. Xi, upsilon, and phi and psi. Those two I always get confused. Phi and psi. Rest of these, I'm looking at it now. I'm already better at it than I thought I was. International cartography. Oh, interesting. I don't even know what all these languages are. English, French, Italian, German for Dutch, Espanol, and then Esperanto? That might be what EO is. Because also, I don't know Esperanto, but even just the formatting of those words feels very much how I know Esperanto was constructed. The idea of... Yeah, because isn't it that thing? Esperanto is one I've actually been meaning to potentially learn at some point. Because it's perfect. It's specifically designed to be relatively easy to learn, such as adjectives always end in O. So the idea of the directions would all end in O as well. So, interesting. Never in a million years would have thought that Esperanto would be relevant for a puzzle game I'm playing. Okay.